I'll be speaking on Anheuser-Busch and strategic innovation. More specifically, it is the strategic issues that are facing the distribution centers in the area of AI technologies. A little bit about Anheuser-Busch. They were founded in 1852 in St. Louis, Missouri. The industry that they are focused in is primarily in beverages. They're mostly known for their alcoholic beverages such as beer, wine, and seltzers, but they do also dominate in the industry of non-alcoholic beverages. Their parent company is Anheuser-Busch InBev, which is also known as AB InBev. They were acquired during a merger in 2007. That is what allowed them to go from being national to a global competition. Their market position is that they are currently one of the world's largest beer companies with an employee count of over 30,000 employees worldwide. Some of the major brands that you actually might be familiar with is Budweiser, Bud Light, Michelob Ultra, Stella Artois, and Beck's. Now, what they do, their global presence, they have operations in more than 50 countries with over 100 breweries worldwide. Their sustainability initiatives is using 100% renewable electricity by 2025 with an efficient water usage in their brewers and an increased recycled content in packaging. That is one thing that I would say I have personally seen inside the distribution centers. They are trying to strive to a world of more sustainability within their warehouses. They do have quite a good grasp on community involvement. They have a community engagement it's called the Responsible Drinking Initiatives. Considering they are an alcoholic beverage company that is recognized worldwide, they have made it their efforts in order to make sure that they have a responsible drinking initiative, which they do partner with multiple different organizations that combat drinking and driving, as well as disaster relief, educational scholarships, and environmental conservation. Their innovation and future goals is new product development and brewing techniques with strategic acquisitions and partnerships, and leading the beer industry through innovation and sustainability. A little bit about me. I currently am a warehouse inventory and quality manager at the Montclair Distribution Center. My responsibilities is to oversee product control that has to do with everything that is inventory and quality based. But my responsibilities do oversee the managed warehouse staff as well. I've been in this position since 2001. I was trained under the previous warehouse management system, which is also used the acronym WMS, which you might hear me say later on in the presentation. But we currently did transition to Microsoft Viva in 2023. The technology gained firsthand experience with the AI-powered IT technology for process automation and departmental integration. So I do have a lot of experience with the automation system that allows us to have, we're able to create orders and manual loading in order for us to be able to bridge the gap between the breweries, the distribution, and ultimately the customers. My motivation for this project was that I did observe the implementation challenges of Microsoft Viva, and I noted many delays and ordering issues due to those technological flaws and the inadequate training that was given to both management and warehouse staff. A little bit about Microsoft Viva. So we did do the transition from WMS to Microsoft Viva back in 2023. It is used so that we can operate in both the office settings and remotely. Because we do work with the corporate offices, they have access now to our warehouse management system, which is under Microsoft Viva, which some people might also know it as a system that is used in order to maintain observation over workers. Now, the AI and IT technology benefits of this system is that it does provide insight into employee performance and task completion. We previously used 3 different systems, one called WMS, SAP, and then our corporate system. Now it's all in one base. So this is where they're allowed to identify areas where we might need some additional training or support. But due to the lack of training, there hasn't been a lot of ways for us to do the reports in order for them to really accurately see where we are lacking support within a department. Besides that, it does ensure security, it does boost productivity, maintains compliance, and enhances operational effectiveness. And like I mentioned previously, it combines WMS and all our warehouse data into one system. So we don't have to wait for 3 systems to float data into each. It's all gathered into one now. Microsoft Viva is a comprehensive software solution enhancing efficiency and effectiveness, and its consolidation integrates various software applications into one single-use platform. The outcome is to promote a cohesive and productive work environment by streamlining operations. Which leads me into this analytics page. Now, you might be looking at it, and your first thing that you might notice is the amount of red that you see. So what sparked my interest in order to actually digging deeper into where were the gaps where when we transitioned from WMS to Microsoft Viva was this chart right here. As you can see, this is the data collected from January of 2024 to August of 2024. Now, the cycle times is basically everything that has to do with the loading and unloading of the warehouse system. Now, the red means that we're not hitting our targets, and this is due to the system delays of the Microsoft Viva account. Now, many times forklift operators would be scanning product, and because the system doesn't flow correctly and it's not uploaded, then that causes to be delays to where a driver might be waiting to get loaded within 2 hours, and it's taking 5 to 6 just for one load alone. Now, you can imagine if we do have to do over 40 to 50 loads per day, we are now at risk of not being able to make those numbers due to the ineffectiveness of this system. Now, it might not just be the system itself. It also has to play a part of having adequate training. A lot of these people and individuals do not have adequate technological training, and therefore the system might be a little bit confusing if you are a new user. So in order to dive deeper, I was able to do a survey within the operators of our warehouse. It's a total of 15 operators. Unfortunately, I was a paper done survey just to maintain anonymous within the warehouse. So I conducted a survey with the permission of upper management. The survey was aimed to be able to see the opinions on the software. The goal was to identify strategic issues and devise corrective measures based on those results. Now, as you can see, there's 7. I included the results for 4 of them. So the first one was, were you given training on the new WMS Microsoft system? Of the 15, only 5 said yes. Now, on a scale of 1 to 5, with 5 being the highest, do you feel the new system has made your job more effective? Now, as you can see, 3, what I would consider would be a more neutral response, and that is where a lot of them said they don't feel, as of right now, it has created much of a difference. And some of them that are a little bit younger, they might have a little bit more experience with technologies. They found it to be efficient if we were to take away the amount of system delays that were caused. Now, the next question was, do you believe you require training in order to properly use the system if this is necessary or required? Now, about 12 of them did say yes, and 3 of them said no. Now, you can imagine the ones that did say no would be associates that feel that they have a little bit more confidence within a technological AI, IT type of system. Now, the other ones, of course, is what caused our delays as well, because they're not really comfortable with using what we use iPads instead of laptops. So it does, that transition from the system from being paper to IT was a lot for a lot of the associates. Now, the last question was, are you satisfied with the system? Now, it was a wide array of answers. We have not satisfied, somewhat satisfied, neutral, and satisfied. Because it does make some sense to have an automated system, now that we are having a better grasp, they do feel a lot more confident in what they are using for the systems. Now, in order to tackle this, what stood out to me was that 7S model analysis, because the rollout of this system was not something that was mentioned to upper management before it was implemented. It was almost an overnight system that was downloaded to all of our computers, and they did so because they wanted to not have to do individual training, and that's where I believe the gap was created. Now, for strategy, the goal is to integrate warehouse and corporate systems for better monitoring. Previously, we had 3 disconnected systems, which did cause delays as well and inaccuracies because the system had to flow together. Now, our solution is to have better access to AI compatibility to be able to develop a more seamless integration system. For structure, the main issue was that there wasn't a lot of coherence. Like mentioned before, there was different management systems. We had the corporate, the management, and the warehouse staff. Now here, the warehouse staff was able to go into the data for management, and management had no access to the actual loads that were being picked by the warehouse staff. So you can only imagine the amount of issues that were created because we had corporate asking us as to why certain data was being collected when as management we did not have any access to it because all of the permission was given only to warehouse staff. The solution is to be able to have a better implementation of a pilot program to be able to enhance that collaboration. Now, as far as the system, I believe it was a very premature implementation, which caused the inventory accuracies, which caused for when we have to do these loads, they're not able to. The solution is to ensure complete implementation, a continuous use, and monitoring with the Microsoft Viva AI. Now, for staffing and skills, there was very inadequate training. Only 5 out of 15 of these employees were properly trained. Now, I would say it would be better if we were to provide SOPs, guideline manuals, and have ongoing learning opportunities to ensure shift management can train the staff. Now, we have to have a continuous strategic change. So in order to do so, we have to be able to generate that urgency, to be able to make sure that everyone is working together, and we'll be able to create that communication that is necessary in order for them to feel empowered in what they need to do, as well as management to be able to fix the gaps, whether if training might be necessary for one associate or the other one might require some extra assistance, we're able to bridge that gap. Now, we really want to celebrate the short-term wins. Lately, it has been just, how are we going to do this? How are we going to tackle this? We need to be able to consolidate all of that and just really make sure that we're having a positive outlook into this change. My recommendations is, as far as my assessment, was to evaluate current technological infrastructure to identify the gaps and areas for improvement, ensure AI integration aligns with strategic business goals. We want to develop a comprehensive training program for skilled and knowledge development, assess and ensure compatibility of new systems with existing software and the hardware before they just launch the system, and a lot of the data that was in our previous system was not uploaded, hence what also causes these delays. We want to establish performance metrics, which we of course call in our Power BI, it would be our KPIs, which would be our key performance indicators. Do those to where we have a new metric until we're able to get the ground and really be able to use the system to our advantage when it comes to the KPIs. Be able to conduct regular reviews with every single associate just to kind of see if extra training is necessary and make those necessary adjustments. Now, in order to do so, we have to be able to maintain a clear and transparent communication about the benefits and the changes. And in order to do that, it all has to do with careful and meaningful planning, employee engagement, phased implementation and not just do it overnight, a continuous monitoring of the system, and focus on security and compliance. With that, I would love to leave you with our Anheuser mission statement, which is a future with more cheers. As we are progressing into a more futuristic future, we want to make sure that we are maintaining ahead of the game and we're able to create a future with more cheers. Thank you.